Traders, Bitcoin. Okay, I posted this one yesterday. And my thing was given that we were trading into this value area here, I thought we would bounce off that. And then I was looking for an entry point short on a pullback. As it was, it just plowed all the way through. All right, now it's Friday. I'm expecting a deep pullback. This is VWAP back in here. Anyway, what I want to do with this video is we'll come back to a trade plan for this, okay, if you're trading pure price action. But here's the thing. You don't have to mess around with waiting for retraces and this and that and everything else. Let me show you this. Just take these signals. That's as easy as paint by numbers. Signal fires? Take the trade. Seriously. Look at them. And look how they're giving you the pullback. It just doesn't get any better than this. Sell at the high. Look, there's nothing in here. It pulls back, sell. Pulls back, sell. Pulls back, sell. Pulls back. Okay, look at that. Retrace, sell. You don't have to think about what to do next. Just wait for the next sell signal. Now, I will admit that at some stage you might get a late sell signal. Possibly. Okay, if that pulls back, you might get another sell signal. What you need to do with this is just follow these when it's trending like this. And I mean, look, let's go back. And the strategy that I'm proposing is that you close 50% at 1-to-1 risk reward. Okay, measure it down. Just set up an alert to close 50% at 1-to-1 risk reward. That's in the money. All right, and what you do is you pull your stop loss down so that it's still not break even yet, right? But if it pulls back into that stop loss, you're still going to make money. So that's a profitable trade. Now, do the same thing with this one, and I'll show you this strategy. Do the same with the next. As it starts to gain a little bit of distance, that's when you pull your stop loss down to break even. So your stop loss starts to follow. Well, wherever your last stop loss is, okay, let's do it that way. That's where all the stop losses can get set up if you want. Let's just set that up as a stop loss because, I mean, honestly, guys, this is a really profitable strategy if you just follow it. It's all you got to do. Stop loss all, okay? All right, and then as it gains ground, guys, you move all of the previous stop losses down if you like and follow it. If this last one, if you get a signal down here and it happens to take you out, it just doesn't matter, you know, because you're going to be following your stop losses wherever you open a new one and you place a stop loss on that new trade, you know, pull the rest of them down if you want to do it that way. This is different to my monster trade strategy where we leave our stop losses at break even and go for the, you know, like a full year. This is just like trading through the week. So follow your stop losses down. So that's how you do this. Just wait for the signal and take the trade, guys. Okay, see how all this is red? That's your key, all right? And occasionally what will happen is if that pulls back, you might get a deep pullback over the weekend. These guys up in here will turn green. That's fine. Okay, you're going to run with that. All right, and then when everything turns red again and the signal fires, run with it. So, you know, look for these pullbacks and you'll see the signals, all right? And if that trades back up there and turns around, there'll be another signal. And the best thing with this is I'm doing daily mentorship videos on how to use this strategy. So we're going to talk about our next entry point. It's simple. Just wait for a pullback and a red signal. Trade Ideas Mentorship. You just watch these and you're going to have the benefit of all the mistakes I've made over the last 20 years. That's experience, right? Now, I pour my heart and soul into these mentorship videos, guys. And if you want to learn to trade, this is where it's at. Anyway, that's Bitcoin at the moment. What we're going to do is just head over to TradingView here, and I want to recap on this. So let's do that. By the way, just join VIP. There's a 7-day trial. Okay, let's do this. Okay, where we left off yesterday, I was looking for this to pull back. Didn't pull back, and it just continued down. I'm expecting this to retrace over the weekend. I mean, yeah, this kind of expansion doesn't sustain for too long. All right, now we are at the end of the week. All right, so we had a Thursday capitulation. Be careful down here, guys, because this is a seriously big level. If we go, I mean, look at the volume profile. It's telling you everything you need to know. Daily candle yesterday. There's liquidity. Like when you get through these levels, there are big liquidity pools under them, just on the other side. All right, so it's already tapped into like where these gaps are. There'll be resting stop orders and whatnot from way back over there. Okay, so there would be sell side liquidity resting under here big time. This is smashed right into it, guys. It's chewing up all of this. The natural reaction is for however many orders were set up back in here to short, right through these areas here. You got this range here, this range here, right? These are this is where they accumulate their shorts. It's going to soak up this sell side liquidity, and it's got to retrace. I thought it was going to happen yesterday, but it didn't. So now, Friday, end of the week, I would expect big money to start unloading their positions. You know, I'm thinking, okay, a pullback, and I just follow the same strategy over and over again. It doesn't change. You know, I like to see the trend. Let's just go to a 1 hour. Look, I've got other means of finding an entry, but, you know, if you're just trading directly off the chart, all you got to do is look for these pullbacks, and then as it breaks structure, you take your trade. It's so simple. Keep it simple. Don't complicate things. Look, let me show you this. All right, so you could have been like on a 15-minute time frame. Look at these pullbacks. See this? This is your opportunity to get short every time that happens. Every single time, guys. Look at this. That's your opportunity there to follow it down. So you didn't have to wait for the, you know, yesterday I was thinking it's going to, you know, we'll get a deep pullback. If it pulls back like that, all you got to do, I'm looking for a trend continuation, grab the pullback as it pulls back and starts to break structure. That's your entry point. All right. I think a 15-minute would be a good chart to look at. See that? See the pullback? And as soon as it breaks out of that, you're shorting it. All right. As long as you have a system in place to give you the pullback and when it starts to expand, that's all, you know, that's all you need. I mean, it could continue further down, but like the further it gets away from VWAP, the more you want to be, I guess, conservative and a bit more, you know, more cautious. The thing with this, though, if you build your positions as this is trending, and this is what I've been talking about, my monster trade strategy, well, this is now going in the opposite direction. I was bullish with this. Right now it's decided to turn around. So my bullish monster trade at the moment is just on hold. But, you know, this is a mini version of that. So you just build your positions on these pullbacks. And the idea is to close 50% of the previous, close 50, when you open the next one, so that you've got a buffer, right? So there you go. See, now that opens, you close 50% of this one and move your stop loss so that that one can be break even, right? And this one just halfway down, give it room to breathe. So when you open the next one, okay, close 50% of that one. That's all you got to do, right? So yeah, it's trending. Anyway, that's done and dusted. It's already made a move. So, you know, we've missed that opportunity. Here's the thing though. When this pulls back, there's going to be some kind of pullback, right? Now it's moving. There'll be something like this. So now all you've got to do is just sit with that pullback until it breaks structure. So it pulls back, right? However far it goes. And all you're waiting for, just draw a line. Look, draw a line, follow the lows or candle bodies. Follow that candle bodies back. And then when it breaks out, you can take that breakout there and continue on. Now, this pullback could actually do that, right? So you got to be a little bit careful. Now, the only other thing you need to watch out for is if it trends down and then you see it actually trade sideways for a bit, and if you see a range, that's telling you that big money is most likely working orders. All right, so this is a typical bear flag. All right, there's a difference. This is important. All right, so you get this flag, okay, from the high to the low. See the flag formation? So that's a bear flag. So you follow these bear flags, if you want to call it that, right? You follow these. And then at some stage, what's going to happen is that won't turn into a bear flag anymore. It'll most likely range sideways. And then you're looking for this price action where you get the range. All right, so now it's not a pullback range, highs and lows, right? It's a parallel range. Watch out for a higher high and then a lower low. Right? That's a typical smart money move where they build liquidity in here and then they run the stops. All right, and then that would be possibly then, we see it maybe the end of the week, it pulls back. And I mean, look, if it's going to continue bearish, sure, but at some stage, guys, you've got to expect, if it's overextended like this, look at the just follow the VWAP, man. Okay, this is now two nearly 3 deviations out from VWAP, so you want to be really careful. Okay, so there's VWAP, and it will at some stage want to pull back into VWAP. Okay, let's just do that then. I'll label it VWAP. VWAP. Okay. Okay. Bear flag. So this is a trade plan that you can follow. These are bear flags. Bear flags. This down here it's a Wyckoff. Okay. Well, I don't want to get too technical. Just call it accumulation, manipulation. I don't know. Accumulation range, right? That'll do. Bear flags, and then you get an accumulation range. And then you get the pullback. All right. Look, that's that. And what else can I say? Just wrap your head around this closing 50%, building positions when it's trending idea, because it is extremely profitable, and it just reduces the risk considerably, given that you build you build a buffer, and then if it turns around you do get taken out on one of them, it just really doesn't matter at all. It's just no big deal. It's part of trading is losing trades here and there, right? All right, guys, that's my take on Bitcoin. Love it if you comment, let me know your thoughts, and with that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.